Hey, what's going on, everybody? Because I'm a Fury here, and I'm doing a live video on my way home because I've had the current displeasure of dealing with a YouTuber named Nintendo Prime. And how I've dealt with him? Well, oh boy. I recently subscribed to Gamestuh, Gamestuh, because I agree with a lot of his content. I like his delivery and everything, and he currently made a video to Nintendo Prom, and I'm like, he's talking about how shit the eShop is in comparison to Virtual Console, and how blind and delusional Nintendo fanboys like to, um, how can we say, damage control. They like to make excuses for everything. They like to show you their hypocrisy. So, alright, Nintendo Prom happened to respond to Gamestuh, and then I responded to Prom and told him that you are advertising and advocating cardboard and how I express my distaste for the Nintendo Labo, which I feel is a, and of course Nintendo Prom, being a corporate cocksucker he is gonna respond and say, well, you haven't tried it and stuff. For you to just say it because you have, a personal bias against it is not helpful at all. Well, I did demonstrate it, and I told them that I actually demonstrated, was given a demonstration or tried it out at Target, and I thought it was a waste of money. I think it's a bad idea. Number one, how you going to be fighting for me to spend money on cardboard? Really, Nintendo Prime? Are you serious, bro? Like, and I told him my kid would break this. If I had a 7-year old son or daughter, first off, I wouldn't. They wouldn't have a Switch. Not in the slightest sense. They wouldn't. They would not have a Switch. Second of all, once they break this, you gotta go out and spend 40 something more dollars to replace cardboard just because it has the shapes and the logos to work with this damn thing. And he's telling me it's not about durability. It's about education when it comes to the Labo. You are out of your ever loving mind if you think that I'm going to spend that much money repeatedly to buy more cardboard when you got to initially pay $70 a pop, and then you have to buy more if you want to play more games. You're nuts. No, it's not going to happen. I can't, I really can't. And he's not the only type of person like this. There's a whole cavalcade or whatever cavalcade of people who got this same belief system. They think that system cannot do any wrong. They think the Switch is the ultimate thing. They pimp portability. There's a lot of delusion going on with this. This is why I'm multi-console. I like being multi-console for a reason. Because I don't have to be bound and restricted by the first party of Sony, by the first party of Microsoft, or the lack thereof, or the first party of Nintendo, which I've been playing for over 30 something fucking years. It's not good. And they tell you, oh well, this is what you need to do. This is what. There's great games on the Switch. How can you bring up just the eShop? There's shovelware all over these stores that Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo have. And I was like, how much more good does Microsoft and Sony have way to outweigh all that shovelware? No, they don't even have. They got maybe half the shovelware Nintendo. Nintendo, that's all Nintendo got. You have forsaken motherfucking virtual console for a bunch of shovelware. Haven't you learned from the Wii? Wii is the most successful paperweight I've ever seen in my life. You know, it is the most successful paperweight. Who hasn't gone to a house and see a Wii in the closet, or it has a layer of dust on it? It was the casual magnet. Nobody gives a fuck about that system. So don't even try to throw that shit in my face. Fuck the Wii. The Wii U I wish could have done better. But the Switch, for somebody who's owned the Switch like I have, no, it's not gonna fly with me. It's no way in hell that you're gonna have me thinking that everything is worth coming out on that console on the Switch just because it's portable. Like, let me ask you something. Would you play a piss poor version of Doom just because and spend $50 to $60 on it just because it's portable? At this age, portability is not what I'm looking for in a console. I'm looking for something with some guts. I need something with some power under the hood. Why do you think it doesn't have any good third-party games in comparison to the other two systems of competition? Because it doesn't have anything under the hood. It really doesn't. It is basically a more, what is it, a tablet? And people like to use, like, the fanboys like to use that shit as an excuse. Wow, you should be it's amazing that the Switch could run something like this and stuff. So I'm supposed to just drop the gaming gods that something can get watered down and made piss poor, and I should be happy because it can fit in the palm of my hands. No, when I can spend $20 and buy a more superior version of Doom for a console and play to my heart's content without worrying about the fucking battery running out, and it's just this system is not that good. I don't give a fuck if it sells a lot. Okay, you know, people hate the PlayStation 4, and it's a juggernaut compared to its competition. You know, it is more than double the sales of Microsoft, and it has pretty much quadrupled. It's like the Switch right now, and it's like a fourth of that. And the Switch is early in its life. But get this straight, people. Nintendo themselves have made an estimate for the next fiscal year, which is coming to an end in a few months, to sell 20 million consoles. And they've only sold 5 million for that quota. So you tell me if the writer's not on the wall. Now I'm not saying it's a waste, it's a failure. No, none of these things are failures. One, there can only be one king. It's like the Highlander. There can be only one. But go to Gamestuh's video. If you could go to Gamestuh, Gamstuh, and you go to any of his videos and you look up like the videos he made towards Nintendo Prime and Nintendo games, and you will find the little verbal conversation that he's had with me, and I'm like, yo, there's no way in hell somebody can actually believe the diarrhea that he was that you can't believe your own diarrhea. No, like, but he's just a part of the problem. We got people like Player Essence, we got people like RGT85, Dreamcast Guy, all these motherfuckers talking like singing the praises of the Switch. I'm like, look, it's not that good. And you know how I felt about Resident Evil 7. It's just not that good. Like, it's things like that, but people actually are convinced. And you know how I know it's a bunch of bullshit? You go out your way. People like that go out their way to talk down on the competition. If I'm sorry, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody that's who follows me who will watch this video, but if you really think that Nintendo stands alone, first party games alone, is better than Sony, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not even a Sony fanboy. I detest fanboys. Why you think I have a problem with Nintendo Prime and I'm calling him delusional? I can't stand fanboys in general because I feel like they detrimental to gaming as is. If you are a true gamer, you go where the games are. Okay? If there's nothing on the system that fancies you, fine. You stay that. You state that. But to actually just talk down on something just because you can, just because you want to make your your fanboyism seem relevant, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. It's a difference between you could be a fan of something more than the other, but still hold it to a critical regard. People don't know how to do that. Like people like Prom don't know how to do that. You can still be a avid Nintendo fan. Yeah, what's up? How you doing, blind man? I'm talking about Nintendo Prime. This motherfucker has got to be one of the most delusional corporate cocksucking Nintendo fans Nintendo content creators I've ever seen in my life. And I'm saying, you could be the biggest Nintendo fan on planet, but you could still be critical of them. Like, I like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, but I could still hold each one of them critical. I can still criticize them when there's something I don't like. Oh, not Nintendo fanboys. They don't do anything wrong. And yes, there's Microsoft and there's Sony people like that too. But Nintendo's a new breed of like delusion. A new breed of it. At least for fuck's sake, Sony has games to back up those loudmouth fanboys. They got games that did well. Uncharted 4 did well. I mean, fucking Spider-Man is doing well. Fucking God of War did well. And they sold millions of copies. Even though the PS4 fan base is like at 80, like installation base is like 80 million or something maybe. And God of War sold what, maybe close to 10 million copies. That's my point with Nintendo. Also, just because you got millions of systems sold, doesn't mean that everybody, all 80 million people, are fans of these games. But no, Nintendo wants you. They believe that because it's Pokemon. Oh my God, it's Pokemon on there. Oh my God, it's Super Smash Brothers. How many people? Nobody. Not many people give a fuck about Smash Brothers. It's a party game. You think I want to get up every morning and be like, hey, God, I gotta get Super Smash Brothers in. I gotta get a game of that in. It's the greatest thing ever. You know, there's all types of playing with yourself that is more beneficial than playing Smash Brothers alone. Yes, that's an innuendo. Oh my God, yeah, I can't like it. He actually told me that the quality, Nintendo Prom actually told me that the quality, the lack of durability with the Nintendo Labo, that cardboard shit, is irrelevant because it's educational for the kid, because of its educational value. You know what's very valuable? You know what's more educational? A fucking book. And I told him a Sega Pico has more educational value than a goddamn Labo. What, it teaches kids how to build things out of cardboard? It's instructions. A person who's not that mentally inept can follow along and build something out of it. Who wants to play fucking who wants to play cardboard piano? Who wants to put a backpack on their back and pretend to be a monster? How is that educational? Really? You want to build a plane, a paper plane, and fly it in a game? How is that education? Like, bruh, the fuck you going the wrong man. How morons, man. People can't drive in the city, man. It is Monday night. You should not be drunk. But anyway, how is the Labo educational? And how the fuck you gonna tell me that spending money repeatedly to buy replacement cardboard is a sacrifice worth making because of its educational value? Where's the educational value in building things with cardboard? I mean, for that kid, I had logs when I was a goddamn kid. I had Legos. You want to build something? I want to spend $70 to play. Like, I'm not gonna get a Switch for my kids. It's ridiculous. I don't even have kids, but I know if I had a kid, my kid would have a console. Why? Because I have better control over regulating when that person plays that. I don't know, man. Some people just, and there's, like I said, there's a lot of people who believe this same type of like belief. This is why Nintendo continues to piss and shit all over its fans because of people like him. This is why they can do piss poor things. They can charge you boatloads of money for accessories because there's always some person ready to take that bukkake that Nintendo executives want to give you. They on their knees, getting holes from every angle, got their mouth wide open like a baby bird, just taking anything. This is why the state of people like him and fans like him, no matter what console, are the reason why the gaming industry is being frowned upon right now by real gamers. Because we come from an era where games you didn't have to worry about microtransactions. You didn't have to worry about loot boxes. You didn't have to worry about buying dumb shit to play games. You didn't have to worry about buying cardboard. None of that. You pop the game in, and you got a bang out of your life. You got a bang out of. You just like, you know what? This game is cool. I'm gonna put time into it. You know what? This game sucks. I'm not. I'm gonna. I'm gonna return it to the store. I'm gonna trade it in. You don't have that. You didn't have. Yeah. You like. You're exactly right, Brian, man. Yeah, exactly right. Games were released. You waited for these games. You waited. You got a complete game. You didn't get a day one version that needed to be patched because it was incomplete. It was a piece of shit. Sold for, but people like Nintendo Prom is why Nintendo is in the state they're in now. Why they will always be underpowered. They will always be behind in the time because Nintendo has the means. They can do what the other people do. They can do what Microsoft and Sony do. They know they can, but they fans don't demand it. This is why they keep fucking over the mass amount of gamers. The fanboys will take anything, but the fans who are critical, yes, fans are critical over it. Fanboys are just like, yes, it is God. It is the gold standard. This is Nintendo stuff. And I'm like, yo, people like that are the ones. This is why we getting walked all over and getting taken like season passes for games. Are you fucking kidding me? This is why I stopped playing Call of Duty. No, I'm not going to be plopping down 100. I'm not going to be paying $110 for a game. You want me to pay 110 for a game that I gotta wait months to be fully realized? That's like $60 for the game, and then for all the maps and all the downloadable content, $30 maybe. That's another $50, another 30, $50, something, 92, $110. No, it's not. It's not where I want to be. All right.
It ain't that much first. I gave up on shit like that. And you know what? Look at the whole Battlefront situation. This is why Battlefront had to change their tunes because the fans bit back. This is what people like me have been trying to tell Nintendo fanboys. You bite back. Stop taking everything these motherfuckers give you. Because they're gonna keep shoveling you shit. You know? That's like working with an injury. Like if you're working with an injury and you're not telling the people you're injured, they're gonna keep working you. And this is what happens. This is what's going on with Nintendo fanboys. They getting worked, but they are too blind to realize it because they feel like they belong to a clique. You know, my friend Demetrius, the spook who sat by the door, Powell, you'd probably see him. He's subscribed to me. Me and him talk all the time. And we talk about this all the time. He calls them switch bitches, pillow bite, Nintendo pillow biters, you name it. It's people like that, but I don't know what to say to certain people sometimes because I'm, still, I'm just trying to find the means. I'm looking for parking right now, and so I'm just around, swooping around. I'm home from work in my neighborhood, but this whole thing is just like this whole experience is just ridiculous. Like listening to people like that, and you wondering, you just left with your jaw just on the floor, like nobody can be this. Nobody can be this brainwashed. But then again, I'm a black man, so yeah, I know I've seen brainwashing quite often. You know, and yeah, you talk to my women about that. Talk to the bed wenches about that shit. But back to this whole thing with Prime. Like I said, just do a little bit of homework. Look at people like Nintendo Prime, RGT85, Review Tech USA, uh, OJ from Player Essence, Dreamcast Guy. Look at all these people and look how they misinform you. Look how they cape for Nintendo. It's ridiculous. Now you know that I own multiple consoles. You see me stream from these consoles directly, not emulation, not ROMs. You see me play games straight up in the past. I haven't been able to do that lately because I'm in school and I work a lot, but you know where I'm coming from on this. Now, I don't believe in the whole fanboy thing. I really don't. And I believe if you are a gamer like you say you are, you will have multiple consoles. You would. You know, to actually handicap yourself to one console is something that I wouldn't recommend because you're missing out on a whole bunch of gaming experiences because you want to be a fanboy, you want to hang out, you want to be one of the cool kids. But yeah, what I was saying, what I was trying to lead to with my friend Demetrius, now that I remember it because I mentioned the cool kids, brought it back in my mind. We have a lot of these people who are like social rejects who found a voice on YouTube and now they believe if they oh yeah Nintendo this Nintendo that because I know a lot of Nintendo fans who aren't fanboys and they are proud to be fucking Nintendo fans but they are critical and they do not buy everything or they do not condone everything or say everything is worth being bought on the Nintendo console just because they are Nintendo fans since childhood. Those are the people I fuck with. Those are the people I respect as Nintendo fans. The people who just think everything is just worth it, it's better on a Switch. Yes, I've heard people say that garbage. That is pure Booba Bonky, Booba Bonky, pure ass. If you believe that, I don't like you like just fucking quit gaming. I mean that. If you really believe that the Nintendo Switch alone is gaming nirvana, I don't know what to tell you. I could tell you like you probably just you are a casual gamer, or you are just amassing games to have a collection you want to show off to the people on YouTube. Do you believe in any of the games you play? Have you vented any of the games you play? Like, for example, I may own a lot of games, but I could tell you it pales in comparison to what I've seen. So there's people out there who got these games, they've played every single one of these games. And they can tell you it's only their collection only consists of games that they have played or they've sought after. I have that kind of collection. Games that I wanted, that I liked, are what is in my collection. If there's anything that I don't fuck with, it's because it was given to me, it was donated to me. But as for me spending my money and advocating that I own this big collection because I'm the ultimate fan, no. I like video games. Uh, I exactly what's going on, Demetrius and Blind Man. You're right. Um, I don't have time to play all the games I got, but I'm a collector and I love and I got games that I'm going to play. Games that I know are worth it to me. But people just buy stuff just to show off a collection. I own everything. I'm the ultimate Nintendo fan. I can't stand. This is how I think. This is what I think of a lot of those corporate cocksuckers who actually are in the same caliber as Nintendo Prime. This is what I think about them. A lot of them now, a lot of them are cosmetically challenged. And I'm not saying that on some gay shit. I'm saying like, look, you could tell they fit the moniker of a social reject. If they didn't have this outlet, they would fit the moniker of a social reject. That's how I feel about the mass of them. It sounds like my big brother. He has PS1 and PS2 games he's never played. He's just a collector, not a gamer. Yeah, I like to be both. I like to collect games that I know I'm going to play. That's what's missing today. We got people out there like I said, and I find it mostly the Nintendo fans who just want to buy everything and collect it. Like I've got all these games I own. I'm the ultimate Nintendo fan. I'm like, and you keep buying the same ports. All right, how many games on the Nintendo Switch are Wii U ports? And if you still got the Nintendo version, I mean the Nintendo Wii U version, would you spend money again? Would you spend top dollar again to buy it just because it's portable? Like, answer me that right now. If you bought the if you bought the Wii U version, are you really? Yeah, you said 95% of. Yeah, hell no. It's it's not worth it. I would not do it. Sorry, I'm just getting out my car. Ah, like it's ridiculous. Like I don't even see how people can convince themselves otherwise of this shit. And Demetrius, you seen the pictures I sent you, right? You seen him actually telling me that educational piece of fucking cardboard is worth rebuying it if my child damages the fucking cardboard. Do you see anything marginally educational about the Labo? or it's just another. I find it just to be another fucking gimmick to sell accessory. It's just another fucking accessory that's gonna be collecting dust. Motherfuckers will be using that shit to sweep up their fucking dust. They're gonna be using it as a makeshift dust pan. That's all I see it as, yo. It's fucking bullshit. You said it's for pillow biters? Oh, oh man, you right. You right. It is for like there's no I seen a grown man playing with the Labo, and I just wanted to like fucking just break down and cry. And it wasn't tears of joy. It's like I was like it's tears like I can't believe it's people like him who are dictating the forecast. This is not the Nintendo that I fell in love with when I was a kid. No, it's not. And I think somewhere along the line I grew up and Nintendo's like Peter Pan. That's what I think about the fucking company. So 6 year old, his son is rough. There's no way in hell. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even buy my 6 year old a Switch. You know how delicate those damn things are. Like, who would do that? Name anybody in their right mind that would like who would buy their kid that. You just won't. And here I am home. Ah, I'm home with my dogs, so I'm gonna have to be cutting this one off soon and stuff. There's no way in hell. So hopefully you'll see. Yeah, I'm home. You said no, my son's not allowed to touch my Switch. The Switch is very delicate. This is why I think this shit like that is why Nintendo Prime is a fucking joke to me. Like because he's actually telling me his educational value and stuff, and you telling me you were advocating giving that $300 piece of equipment to a kid. No, a DS is what a kid should get. Remember the Game Boy Advance? Hell, if I still, I let him use my old DS. Shut up, Petey. Sorry about that. Lights out. I'm home now to the dogs. As you can see, there's one, two, and stuff. So yeah, there's no way I would do that. There's no way. Come on, Petey, get up the steps. Oh man, it's a joke. So I'm here now. Still broadcast that home. Let me get out of this light because that light is blinding. All right, so yeah, I really don't get it either. As you can see, hey Pete, everybody, remember Petey, right? Oh, say hi to the camera, Pete. Oh, stop it, bro. Yeah, like I can't advocate that at all. Come on, that's my motion to tell you. Yeah, this Pete, Big Petey, 3 years old now. Remember when he was a baby? Oh man, yeah. So it's crazy, man. I don't even. I'm gonna tell you, and this is to everybody here. Yeah, Total Impact thinks Labo's good. It's a sad person. You're right, Total Impact Game. It's sad. It is so sad. Like I can't believe that. I'm just getting the dogs ready to walk outside. You know what? I'm gonna try to stay streaming as long as possible. Like walking with two dogs and stuff. Head back outside. Come on, Chip. You know I got two dogs, right? Just in case any of you didn't know, I have two dogs. I got one here, and as you see in the background, that's my big 55-inch TV. There you go, Chip. Hey, Chip. All right, sit down. Sit. Good boy. All right, putting this on them right now. Putting their harnesses on. Ah. So what are you guys playing right now? You know, I'm. I just finished the story mode of Spider-Man. I could have finished it a long time ago, but I just sat. I was in school, wanted to savor it, so now I can go and just play more stuff and unlock more things and try to get 100% completion record. I'm playing like so. I finished the story mode of Spider-Man. I finished the story mode of God of War, but there's still stuff to do in the game and stuff. And you playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider and God of War 4? All right. I'm going back outside. Give me a second to get into the light. Ah, come on, Pete. Come on, Chip. Chip doesn't like going outside when the weather is wet, so I have to tug him outside. He's the older dog. He's like 8 years old. So he's playing. Oh yeah. Know what's the crazy thing too that I was thinking about and talking about like looking at a lot of ports for he's talking about the Switch and the ports for it. And you can hear those drops in the background, it's raining. I'm still trying to get over Strategic Production, Old Games, Pac-Man World, and Tales of Vesperia. Oh, Tales of Vesperia. Speaking of stuff, I gotta pick up. I just remember I gotta pick up the Last Remnant, the Xbox 360 version. Oh, it's starting to rain heavy out here, or that's just the wind. Oh, okay. I want to pick up the Last Remnant because, to be honest with you, I would rather spend cheaper. I would rather spend a cheaper amount of money than wait for that HD port to come out. I think it's cheaper and pay, and I still have a 360. Why would I spend it like? Why would I be like, okay, I got to play it on that system? It's ridiculous. You could just save money just buying it. If you still got a 360, why would you spend top dollar on it on another version? I mean, unless you like the graphical upgrade, But I don't think that should take away from the game. I don't think it takes away from that. That the boys with multiple alls beat the shit out of me. Yeah, but I want to try out. Yeah, I definitely want to try out over the weekend, y'all. Um, Demetrius already saw it, but I bought Legaia 2 for the PlayStation 2. And if you got the PlayStation 3, the first model, the fat body one, you have a game, you have a system that's dual backwards compatible, meaning that it plays PS1 and 2 games, which is good. Like I have that. Pity. The Blue Dragon for 360. Pity. Pity. Said it. I know you want to go. You want to go, but you can't. No, get your nose out of there. Yeah, man. So, oh yeah. How much is you said Blue Dragon is $20? All right, I'm gonna look for that one too because I've been trying to find it. I remember they made an animated series based off of that too. It's with Akira Toriyama's artwork. I remember that. But I want to get Last Remnant, because there's a lot of stuff like I said, there's a lot of games I was stuck on that I just didn't give other games time of day. It was the same case with like Nemesis when Resident Evil 2 came out, and then just a year later in '99 they brought out Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, and I still was enjoying the shit out of Resident Evil 2 that I didn't care to buy Part 3 right away, and I never got to playing it until recently. And it turns out it is a more action based Resident Evil game. I hope so. I really hope it is backwards compatibility with PS5 because I didn't like that Sony said that shit. The Sony representative said nobody plays old games no more. And then you turn around and fucking release Shadow of the Colossus HD and other games, The Last of Us HD. You know why you would say some shit like that? Because you want to dictate that nobody plays old games no more, so you won't have the software built into your system. But then when people are showing you that they are nostalgic, you can dictate how you make money off of them. Go fuck yourself, Sony. I'm like, I see right through that shit. I see right through that shit. You just want to be like, you want to control, you want to be able to make money off of backwards compatibility or the lack of. You want to starve the nostalgic. You know, they want to starve the nostalgic people and then put out something like that and make money off of them when they could have just made it backwards compatible. Like that's what I look at with a lot of them and stuff. So look, every system has its strength. Look what, like, for example, look what Microsoft did. Microsoft was like, you know what? We don't have enough first party games out here. So let's just take what we have and make the best out of it. And that's where you get all the Xbox 360 games. Now they're doing Xbox One games. And you could just plop those motherfuckers right into the console. You know? I could find shit on there. Like I'm thinking about downloading Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because I went to the store the other day. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is fucking like at J&L Games. That shit was like 80 something dollars. 80 something dollars for Dreamcast. So there's a lot of stuff you can get away with that. And Sony is insane. If they can, you know how many downloads of money they can make off of that, them and Capcom? Like, yeah, I know about Sony. Like, everybody wish that. And as for buying a 360, there's a lot of 360 games out. People forget. People were so caught up with PS4 being dominant that they forgot that last generation Xbox 360 kicked a lot of ass. They kicked much ass when it came to making games. They had some hits and stuff, unless it was Bayonetta. I don't understand how Bayonetta can be run so good on a 360, but run like complete ass on a PS3. That's like unprecedented. Even Grandia 2. If you're a Dreamcast fan and you played Grandia 2, the RPG, and then when you got the port to the PS2, it was terrible. They're like the CG cut scenes, the loading time. It was like I couldn't believe PS2 was supposed to have been a more powerful system. Then you realize the PS2 wasn't that much powerful than a Dreamcast. It just had DVD drive, which allowed more to fit on a disc. That's why I be telling people. That's this shit like this that give Nintendo fans hope, because they realize, well, this system was more less powerful than Microsoft was less powerful than the PS3 with last generation, and you know what? It's still and 360 still sold more than that. They try to use that type of excuse on you, and I'm like, hold up a minute, you know. So sometimes the less powerful system can outdo the other one, and this is what gives people that type of delusion with the Switch. Hold on a second. Stop that. Damn dog, hard headed. Sorry about that. Petey, get out of there. Oh man, give me 1 second, yo. So you think when you have you a responsible dog owner, you want to clean up after your dogs. Oh man, okay. Now I'm done. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, so this is the type of shit that people think is going to still work in this current generation. See, there's a difference between being slightly less powerful than your competition, but you both can get the same type of third party experience. Look at PS3, look at PS3, and look at 360. Both are pretty comparable in power. Both was able to get the same third party games. Look at PS4 and Xbox One. Both are pretty comparable, still able to get the same third party games. Now, let's go back a generation. Let's look at the Wii U. The Wii U couldn't get the same games. Some of them they could, but they were less, they were watered down versions. So people look at that like, really, you really think I'm gonna buy like this version when I can get this for that version? That's the thing. That's the problem. Now they don't. That's what keeps fucking them up. You know. And like you said, Xbox One is powerful as hell, but they lack first party exclusive. This is why they went out and bought 6 studios because they knew that. They knew they needed to compete. Like you forget that Sony has Insomniac, they have Sucker Punch. If they ever use Sucker Punch again, they have Gorilla Games. They have Santa Monica. They have studios, and all Microsoft had is what 343 games, and nobody wants to keep playing Halo over and over again. Hell, even that's one thing about it. Even though you might get another Halo, or they had what's the company that made Gears of War? What's the developer that made Gears of War? Like they got them, but now they went and got Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory made Hellblade. They made that DMC game, which wasn't bad. It's just that nobody wanted that to be the replacement. They was trying to reboot Devil May Cry, and nobody wanted that. But it wasn't a bad game. So now Microsoft have they have them, and they have 5 other companies too. So you won't be seeing another mainline Dragon on home consoles for a long time. And like you said, what do you call those games, Demetrius? Like Dragon Quest and Dragon Warrior? They're called niche games. And tell people in the comment section how a lot of the Nintendo cocksuckers look at Dragon Warrior, how they think Dragon Warrior games are more popular than what they are, and try to use those as talking points to push their own agenda. Tell people about those in the comment section. Exactly. Niche games. They will never be like big sellers here in America. They never were meant to be. But you talk to some of these people out here, they think like, oh, it could do that. Oh, Dragon Ball is gonna sell. It's so better on this system. It's so better on Nintendo than it did this. And I'm like, oh my god. But is it enough to warrant a sequel? Is it gonna sell millions of copies? Like you gotta wake up. Some people just think everything is gonna boost console sales. Who's buying a console in America? Who's buying a console just because Dragon Quest came out? I mean, OJ is just laughable in the first overall anyway. Like you doing Naruto on hand gestures on fucking live stream and stuff. Like you doing that, like you're a grown man, bro. And it's fun to be a grown man that's into gaming, because I'm that type of person. We all are, but it's different. That's just a new level, just like immaturity. You said Final Fantasy 10 outsold 7. That is absolutely true. It outsold it. But think about it. You know how they making a big deal about all the Final Fantasy games are finally gonna be a Nintendo Switch. What did a lot of Nintendo fanboys say? Oh, it's coming home. It's coming home. We got Final Fantasy again. But what did they fail to say? What did they fail to acknowledge? That it's also coming to the Xbox as well. Like nobody's talking about that, are they? None of them are talking about that. That is also coming to the Xbox One. And then look at the version of Final Fantasy 15 they getting. They getting a micro version where the characters look like they chibi. They got the big heads. They got less polygons. It's a lame ass Final Fantasy 15. And they getting the lame version. They're getting the lame version of Final Fantasy 15, and they're gushing and going gaga all over that, as if it's going to be revolutionary. It's going to sell a lot of stuff. Do they do games sell more now than they used to say in the 90s? No, they sell more now because people will just buy anything today. But a lot of those games from the 90s and beyond have gone up in value because there's been a heavy resurgence of how can you say retro gaming is back with a vengeance. Hey, if you on this video, just if you can, just hit the up button so it can get spreaded to more people. That actually is a fact. Like I'm not even doing that the whore for likes. Getting it on hitting the thumbs up button actually spreads it to more people. Like, because YouTube algorithm is crazy. You said the Switch version of Dragon Quest 11 will it sell more? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Think about it. Even though a mass amount of console sold does affect sales of a game, if the game is a niche game, it's not going to it's going to factor in the sales, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a lot. Let's say Dragon Quest is only capable of giving you maybe 500,000 sales on the PlayStation. Like it has a potential that only you have 500,000 Dragon Quest fans, and let's say only 250,000 of them buy the game. Like, yeah, it's something like that for an example. Let me say, so much I argue it was better than the PS1 RE game. Some people actually believe RE5 is the is better than the original Resident Evil because I told you the other day on the stream, I don't know if you were there, some girl that worked in the GameStop was telling me like, oh well, I played the old Resident Evil 2 and those camera angles and the controls of the game, it frustrated the shit out of me. I'm like, God, you're stupid. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, she actually told me that it frustrated her, like playing the old Resident Evil games. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, to each his own and stuff. So it's ridiculous how some people are. Let me go over to my desk. Turn on my light here. Excuse the darkness, people. Oh man, here we go. I'm back home. No green screen. Now you can see my collection that's behind me because I'm back home. Shh. Shut up.
So you can see I'm back home. Got the mic cord right here where I usually record when I do my live streams. Got my dual computers here. As you can see in my background, not much. If I show you here, hold on. This is like some of the stuff from my collection here. Like for example, this up to here is is 360 and Xbox 360 games. These three here down to about here is PS3 games. This little bit right here is Wii One games, which is five of them, and Wii U games. Well, it's six Wii games. Wii U games, I got like three of them. Like I said, be selective with what you buy. If you amass in the collection, you buy stuff that you're gonna play or have played, and that's what I've done. Now this is the original. This is the original Xbox right here. On the Dangerous down to maybe Soul Calibur. Not much on the original Xbox and stuff because I was playing a lot. I was a big PS2 fan and stuff, so I got PS2 from here, 007, Everything or Nothing, Devil May Cry, down to here, which is a good amount. To I'm sorry, it goes further to Zone of the Enders. Yes, remember Zone of the Enders? I went and actually found that game and stuff. And then I got GameCube stuff from Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, because yes, I play the bongo drums on those. And I went all the way to right here, Tales of Symphonia. How about this, Demetrius? I know you know about this one. So I got this. And then I was on a big Soul Calibur kick. So I got Soul Calibur for all three games. You know why? Because I liked Link was a good Soul Calibur character. Link was a good Soul Calibur character. And give me 1 second. You don't fool me. This is why. Because each one gave you a different version. And I had different friends who had different fan base, and I like playing on all three of them. So there we go. Spawn, Hiachi, Link. Best Soul Calibur made, in my opinion, was Soul Calibur 2. This one here in my hand. So yeah. And then I got further down here, I got some Sega CD games. I got Sonic CD, Shining Force, Echo the Dolphin, but I need to get the Sega backup RAM card, which goes for a shitload of money. So I won't be able to play these games until I have that backup cartridge. So they've been sitting there. Now I'm contemplating on shelling out that much cash to buy that game. It's a lot to buy that backup RAM cartridge. And J&L Games don't got it. Yeah, like speaking of unlocking characters, remember Marvel vs. Capcom 2? You play the game repeatedly to unlock all the characters. You That's a lost art. Now, remember cheat codes? Now they took away cheat codes completely so they can and replaced it with like microtransactions and loot boxes. They've done that. Oh man. And Soul Calibur goes down here. Yep, but Tales of Symphonia was 2 discs. Yeah, that's gone. Like I was given a lot of these games. My beloved Shining Force right here. I went in when I was in J&L Games. You want to know how much this game goes for? Guess how much this game goes for if you want to buy it from you want to buy it from J&L Games or Video Games New York. Guess how much it goes for. This for Sega Saturn. Like, take a wild guess. Anybody? Take a guess. $400. $400. I was like, thank God I never gave this up. This was one of my favorite. $400. This is how much. I bought this game initially when it came out. Yes, $400. Panzer Dragoon Saga, a game that I did give up like an idiot, goes for $800. I beat the game though. It's not like I didn't get to fully play the game. I beat Panzer Dragoon Saga. That's the Panzer Dragoon RPG. That goes for $800. Vintage. Luckily, I didn't. I made one mistake, but I didn't make a mistake with this one. And here, hold on 1 second. I got something else to show you guys. That's American Saturn. See now. Hey, what's going on, House Rebel? How you doing? See now, look. This is Shining Force 3 American version. Because the Saturn didn't do well, they only released Scenario 1 in America, which you see right here with Symbius. That's the main character of Scenario 1 on the cover, Symbius. And they kept the Japanese anime art because that's how he looks in the Japanese artwork. It's the same picture actually, just longer. Now, if you beat that one, you can take your game save data, and since it's happening from the perspective of three different characters, you can take that over, and here's the Japanese Shining Force 3 with Prince Median, who is the main character of that one, right there. So what characters you let live or you saved affects the gameplay of this one. So I could take that save and use it on my Japanese Saturn and play, and it affect certain things in this game. Like for example, I got a key. I fought a vandal named Fial, and Fial dropped the key, and now this key was the only thing that can rescue a character named Rogan. If you didn't rescue Rogan, you ended up with another character, but Rogan was the better character. So once I beat this game and I upload the save, I will start scenario 2 on my Japanese Saturn because the saves are still compatible. And now when I get to the point where I can save Rogan, I got the key to save Rogan because one of the characters, Zero from Scenario 1, flies over to help on Prince Median's team because he's a bird knight. So he's like a hybrid human bird. He flies over and he helps Median, and he gives him the key to save Rogan off of the ship. And Rogan joins your party instead of another character. After you beat that, you go with Prince Median. This is scenario 3. You go with, not Prince Median, you go with Julian in the middle. That's Symbius and that's Median right there. And this is scenario 3. Hopefully I get to this one day because I still got to replay this one once I beat scenario 1 again. So once I do that, because I'm close, I'm at the end. Now I'm about to start grinding so I can get my characters powerful enough because there's a catacomb at the end of scenario 3, which you can take all your weak characters and you can run them through that gauntlet and get them stronger and revive them if you need to, bring them back, keep going there, getting stronger and stronger. So when you fight that giant colossus, which is this thing here, when you fight that along with the enemy army at the same time, you will survive. So it's good. This final battle was something. I beat this game. I just lost the data to it. So that is Shining Force. 3 games that you put lots of hours into. These are something that you just cannot just sit down and just like, oh, I can blow through this. These battles are strategy. These battles are fun. These battles, there's parts where you can grind and level your characters up, and there's different scenarios, different like things that affect your gameplay. Like it's like a trickle effect. So there you go, right there. But as you can see, I don't walk when it comes to Nintendo stuff. Like I said, Wii rubbed me the wrong way. That's why my collection is limited with Wii. Wii U didn't do anything any better, and it's followed with Switch. I'm not like I just can't. I can't do that. So yeah, that's Shining Force. But I'm gonna get Dragon Force for the Sega Saturn. That costs a lot of money. I think I found it on how much? Maybe I buy it off of Amazon one day. I mean, or for eBay one day. If it's like $200, I might consider buying it. Might and stuff. But yeah, man. Remember stuff like this? You actually got a lot of gameplay in. Remember this? This is the company Sonic. Boom. And they are the ones who are responsible for Spider-Man. But this is a classic right here. The first one when he brought it back. I remember when this came out. Yep. Hey, but Demetrius, I got something to show you, bro. Check it out, man. Check it out. What trilogy do you think this is in my hand that I'm about to show you? What trilogy you think this is that I have right now for you? It's a hint. Well, I know they made four of them, but this is the trilogy of the original storyline. Yep, figure it out. No, or the original the series with Samanosuke, the Samanosuke ones. Jubei was part two, and then they went back to Samanosuke, and they had John Reno, the professional. Boom, and he still acts. Takeshi Kaneshiro, he's still around. He's still acting. No, I didn't play the fourth game. When I found out it was a new brand new character, I was like, man, it ain't Samanosuke. Fuck this. But I'll pick it up eventually. It's called Tales of what was that Onimusha 4 one was called? So yeah, I got Crackdown 1 and 2. That was good. I love those. Yeah, I heard it was alright. I heard that. And Onimusha, they bring it back on there. I heard that the original one is coming to the Switch, which they are like, yeah, yeah, and I'm like, oh, it's old. Get over yourselves. That's why we telling Switch one like, yo, it's old. Like this, is what I do all the time. Yep. So I'm about to head on to bed because it is almost 12:30. I get up for work in the morning. So it was cool chatting with you live. And like I said, like the name of this video is, he is fucking delusional. And I'm gonna touch on that one more time before I end this video. There's no way in hell you're gonna sit there and not pretend that the eShop is not full with shit. The eShop is full of garbage. Like the eShop is full of garbage. If you are happy as a fanboy that there's no more virtual console, if you can justify that the virtual console could not carry over to the Switch, I don't know what to tell you. There's no justification to that. There's none at all. Like the Switch should have virtual console. Remember with the Wii and the remember with the Wii you were able to play. I bought Strider for the Wii. The Sega Genesis version of Strider, or no, I bought the arcade one, whatever it was. I bought that virtual console for the Wii, and I can't play it on the Switch. And at least I could play it on a Wii U. That's the difference. At least you can carry that over. Like I got these games here I could play on the Wii U, which I will rock because my Wii U's still hooked up over here, and I still got the tablet. Like Bayonetta 2. Why would I buy that for the Switch? Why would you be happy to play that for that? Like that type of game there, all the combos you're gonna be hitting, and you be shaking the screen, pressing the buttons. To be honest with you, I'd rather play that game there is playable best with a controller in your hand. That's why a lot of people tend to play Bayonetta 2 with the professional controller. But I digress. So anyway, y'all, have a good night, y'all. And hopefully I find that, as class comes down to the end, I'll start doing more studying, and all this studying starts to pay off, and I'll pass this course. You'll see me more often. But right now, I got to focus on passing school, and it's not easy. So, anyway, y'all, check y'all later. Demetrius, I'll talk to you in a few. All right, y'all. Peace.